we have this report that the BBC has picked up from France. Now, I will have to come back to this because there's so much in this report. It's a report about a court case around a particularly vile paedophile who was operating through the medical system in France. And the interesting thing is that the headline starts to ask a question. Victims in landmark child abuse trial ask why France doesn't want to know. And I was very interested in this. And I've got to say, an interesting article from Andrew Harding. And if we look into some of the detail that he's written, he says that basically the trial of France's most prolific paedophile, Yoel Le Scouarnec, a retired surgeon who was admitted in court to raping or sexually assaulting 299 people, almost all of them children, is coming to an end this Wednesday amid widespread frustration. And he goes on to quote this particular lady, one of the victims of this horrible man. She said, "I'm exhausted, I'm angry. Right now, I don't have much hope. Society seems totally indifferent. It's frightening to think that the rapes could happen again." And why is this? Well, we get an appreciation because we've got another lady here, Miss Lemoine, who says that that herself and some of the 50 other victims have been stung by an apparent lack of public interest in the trial, and they've formed their own campaign group to pressure the French authorities, accusing the government of ignoring what they say is a landmark case, which exposed a true laboratory of institutional failures. Now, this is very, very similar to what we hear in UK. So we'll just go on here. It says the issue is that this trial is about the sexual abuse of children. There's a virtual omerta on this topic globally, but particularly in France. We simply don't want to acknowledge it, said the lawyer representing several of the victims. Now, what she's talking about there is the Mafia Code of Silence. And this is being picked up by people in this case. And the lawyer who reported on the case, who's been supporting the victims, says there's a very important standoff between those who want to denounce child sexual violence and those who want to cover it up. And this standoff is taking place today in this trial. Who will win, she wondered. Well, if we go and have a look at the BBC article, let's see whether we can bring this up. Stephanie, you'll have to advance the slide for me, please. Can we do that? Can you advance the slide, please? Okay, all right, we seem to be there. We've small technical issue. I'm sorry about that. So here's the BBC article. Now, we should be able to actually run through this, and you will see how long it is, how extensive, how much information there is in this BBC article. Now, remember, this is about a paedophile in France, albeit a high-profile court case. But the BBC has really dug into this, although they haven't challenged the French government at all. Now, I want to remind viewers that UK Column has been reporting on what is a massive abuse of children case, Fornethy, in Scotland, but within UK. We've been reporting now for quite some time on this. And what has the BBC been doing? Well, I think it's that wall of silence that the French people are also talking about, because if we compare the BBC's report of the case here, let's have a look at the length of their article. So this was as a result of the court case coming up. But we know that over the years that Fornethy was operating, thousands of little girls went through it, and clearly hundreds, possibly thousands, were abused. But the BBC simply not dealing with this, but giving us a demonstration of this wall of silence. Ben, it's remarkable when you get into this very harrowing subject, how the BBC does not want to engage with reporting anything around child abuse in the UK.
Hard to explain, Brian.
It is hard to explain. Diane, let's bring you back with us.